What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra, the godfather of Ra, as we were just discussing. He is a father of three, the most attractive AOM dad winner recipient for 12 years running, I believe. His name is ChronoJJ. He's opponent today in the red color with significantly less accolades, playing as Kronos. He's been having an absolute tear in his group stage thus far. He is from the JSS clan, and his name is Miracle. And while we're going at it, thank you for the 2 months, Connie from Australia. Aussie. If you don't get that, you're not Australian. If you do get that and you're not Australian, then you are half Australian, and that's enough for me. The map is Alfheim, and we are off to the races. ChronoJJ is in for a difficult game here with that forward gold mine. He's also gone for hunting dogs early on this one with only with a bit of a strange start here. He's got two what are they called? Elks here. He's probably got 2 elks over on this side, 2 elks on this side. One of the weirdest Alfheim spawns you're ever going to get greeted with here. We'll have to wait and see what ChronoJJ is going to get up to, because he's against Kronos, and I can already guarantee you here that Miracle is going to be doing some sort of aggressive play in the early stages of the game. Now, Miracle here, luckily for ChronoJJ, he's not going for a 4-minute advance time, because if he went for 4-minute advances and starts putting pressure onto this location, ChronoJJ would be in a lot of pain. But Miracle here, he's going for what looks to me to be a very stock standard fast 4:30, not a fast, a standard 4:30 advance time with hunting dogs. So we do have imagine, what was that? Imagine not being an Atlantean with hunt like this. Well, yes, we are imagining it right now with ChronoJJ, who's struggling already. But if you were Norse here, this would also be quite enjoyable as a Norse player. I reckon this would be fairly enjoyable here. You can do things like taking wood villagers off here to eat these elks, putting wood villagers over onto this and all the other stuff onto like coming over here, wood villager onto this pine tree, eating these elk. You can do a lot of fun things here with Norse. But yes, Greek and Egyptian, very, very struggle time. Now, I know lots of people like to give Egyptian players a little bit of a bad time because they don't have to really pay for their granaries. Obviously, Greek have it the worst because they have to pay for their granaries and they have to build them, but Egyptians take longer to build the granaries. So not only do they take longer to build the granaries, but they also gather resources slower. So it all ends up equaling out at the end of the day. In terms of everyone loses and no one wins, and that's just the way life is. Only the great succeed and everyone else has to struggle at their, my golly gosh, Pygmalion statue is here as we decide to stop being so pessimistic and instead start saying, oh my golly gosh, imagine if ChronoJJ picks this one up and then gets to enjoy Skin of the Rhino behind this, as we also see Dark coming through before the Prometheus of Miracle here. In this game, we've also got over here the Titans treasure with a minus 25% secrets of the Titans relic. Plus, we've got over here the Trios bow, a beautiful relic there for Miracle to have. I'm really interested to see what sort of a early game ChronoJJ is going to be going for here. Because to me, this looks very much like a fast second town center, but ChronoJJ is actually building a ton of priests out at the moment. He could... I could imagine ChronoJJ going for this Pygmalion statue, dropping that in, getting himself Skin of the Rhino, and just going for a classical fight here with the idea of doing a villager town center takedown with shifting sand. So what you do with those sorts of situations is you build the spearmen in your base, you build the slingers out, all this stuff. The Kronos player starts going, yeah, I can't really do any damage, but he can't really do anything, and then bam, you're in his base with 1 billion villagers and the enemy Kronos player is crying. Anyways, pickaxe coming through. We do see the Miracle Oracles in position to start causing some problems. But with this many heroes for ChronoJJ, you should be more than capable of defending this location, as we do see the Wadjet immediately being targeted down. The villagers getting pulled off the line there, as the priest going to be taking down one oracle. Two oracles going down. The villagers here getting very much involved in this fight. But those Oracle heroes will have to retreat back. We see the Promethean Offspring scouting down to this side. Still Pygmalion statue being left, as we do see the Titan's treasure getting grabbed there. That's definitely going to be something that Miracle's going to be enjoying in this game. As we've got the counter barracks up. Villagers here. We'll see how things are going to be going as ChronoJJ moving up onto the chicken on this location. He's all over the map. This is such an awkward early game here for Chrono, but with the 5 minute and 15 second town center here after all is said and done, that's not bad in the slightest. As the Oracle gets sniped down, Miracle won't be seeing this coming up, and Chrono is doing something never before seen. Never before seen. Two villagers on a town center, getting that one up with Ra. Now, he's obviously bringing a couple more villagers over here, but the way to think about the town center situation is, and how the villagers work, is one villager on a town center will be the most efficient, sorry, not the most efficient, the least costing town center. It will take the longest to build, but it will cost you the least resources. Every villager you put on afterwards will cost you more resources. And that's how you work it out. As we now see ChronoJJ saying, hey, look, Ma, I found a relic. And he's going to be dropping that into the temple and having a good time with that one. As he now is going to be realizing, well, Miracle will be realizing how sad he is as he sees the relic, moves the Oracle in to grab that one, but has seen that it's been picked up, and goes back to his Kronos buddies and cries and tells the tale about how he was looking for relics, he was looking for lost treasure, and instead all he found was stones being thrown at his face. Thank you for the Prime, Dotty Man. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for joining the stream. Nice to see you here. As we do see Miracle here opting for a second town center. Very, very standard here. Generally speaking, Atlantean against Egyptian players, you kind of need to get those town centers up nice and early. And probably even getting this town center up wouldn't go astray either. We also saw that the Titan's treasure was also dropped on this town center for whatever reason. As ChronoJJ now dropping his barracks over here. Units coming through onto this position for Miracle. Going to be looking for cheeky little raids. Picking off villagers here is going to be quite tough, though, for Miracle with the Pygmalion statue in. Still not going to be... ChronoJJ's got no real rush to get himself Skin of the Rhino, but it's going to be so much value here. As now Miracle moving in. We do have an interesting question here. I'm pretty sure Miracle saw this town center, this gold mine at some point here, but maybe not. As the units do push through, and we see the relic is picked up. Miracle goes, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. That's peak Age of Mythology right there. That is, what more can you say that hasn't already been said? Miracle comes in, he says, that relic is too strong for Ra to have, but luckily I've got an answer for it. I've got Terma, I've got Deconstruction. I'm just going to wander in, deconstruct your temple, and take the relic and leave. And that's what he does, and that's all she wrote. Oh dear. Shadoof coming through for ChronoJJ. He's about ready to start farming it up. One thing that I've noticed with ChronoJJ's Ra against Atlantean players is he really doesn't mind advancing late in these matchups. He really doesn't mind. He likes the economy. He likes getting the farms down. He doesn't care if he advances late. In the end, he takes his time, confirms that he's not going to get gold starved or be put into an impossible to win position. Rather, let him get into those, guarantee himself to get into those positions where he can keep himself alive, and then try and outplay his way back into the game. Seems to be the classic ChronoJJ option. Anyways, so I'm still surprised to see this relic not being picked up. Meanwhile, over here, Mithril Horseshoes is here. That's a huge relic. Unfortunately for Miracle, he isn't Gaia and he's not Oranos. Imagine Mithril Horseshoes with Oranos. You can get Oranos speed boost, you can get Mithril Horseshoes speed boost, and then you can get Poseidon's secret speed boost from Thea. But that's not to be in this game, and well, it is what it is. So now Miracle searching through into ChronoJJ's base. Villager gets caught out ever so slightly here, as it doesn't actually die. Excuse me. It doesn't actually die to one shot with 11 Terma there. Japers, but it doesn't manage to kill that villager nonetheless. As Miracle retreating away. Imagine Mithril Horseshoes, Boots of Kick Everything with Uranus. Yeah, you can get the what's that upgrade called? Is it going to show up in here? No. Can't remember. It is not coming to me. Oh well. This is the upgrade which allows your heroes to deal damage for Lance of Stone. There it is. Lance of Stone. Get Lance of Stone to get the building upgrades, the building extra damage done for your hero Contarius, and then super speedy. It's ChronoJJ's now. Click this. Look at how many farms do you want? ChronoJJ asks, and then ChronoJJ answers the question with yes, I want farms. 24 farms here. There's 25 farms total. As ChronoJJ's economy is about to be skyrocketing here in this game as he moves forward onto this gold mine. There's 2 gold mines out in the front here. Miracle, 120 or 130 population now. Unfortunately for Miracle, he's looking at this mini-map and going, how do I get myself a 3rd town center? Generally speaking, Miracle, or Atlantean in general, would grab the 3rd town center. But to me, the town centers look incredibly close to each other. Now, this town center is clearly JJ's, and this one is clearly... No, it's not actually clearly Miracle's either. They kind of look similarly placed. I can't put my finger on which one's which, but they're basically both far away from each other. Both town centers are in a way. This one's obviously quite close to ChronoJJ, so this one must be Miracle's, as Miracle does send his citizens forward in a difficult position. Hyperion on the way now for Miracle, as well as Shaft Mine. ChronoJJ with infinite resources in the bank, as he's built 25 farms. Thank you for the rating party as well, Mr. Nakamura. Hope your stream went well and the games treated you with utmost respect as you dominated your opponent. Or got dominated. One of the two. Alrighty. So, we'll see what Miracle's plan is here. I don't know if he's quite going to be able to grab this town center straight away. So, Miracle might want to just put up a palace over here or something like that as the Prometheans trying their best to push through here. Miracle does have 40 favor in the bank. Walls coming up for ChronoJJ. 40 favor means he can build a ton of those, what are they called? Hyperion units, Satyrs. They can build a ton of Satyrs as the 6.33 speed Contarius come through to cause some problems. These Contarius will feel like Uranus Contarius here. There's the speedy one, 6.66. That's a devilishly handsome Contarius right there. Speedy boy. Speedy boy. As the wall's getting taken down, ChronoJJ putting up more walls on this position. Villagers getting taken down as well as the Slingers trying to hold on this location. But the army composition here is kind of like all wrong for Chrono. He's going to be seeing the Contarius coming through. You have to kind of notice the heavy Contarius upgrade coming through and then start building Spearmen here. At this point, Chrono is still only in the Classical Age, so all he's got is potentially Classical Age medium Spearmen available to himself to deal with those those heavy Contarius, as all of the Slingers getting taken out. Miracle spending his resources really, really nicely here as Chrono... I mean, not only does Chrono have a ton of resources in the bank, but he's also queuing up units in his barracks. He's queued up a ton of units here in his barracks, which is not efficient. If you guys are... he's also got so many in there. If you guys are kind of unaware about like the difference between playing with auto queue, playing without auto queue here, when you're playing an RTS game that is not Age of Mythology of the Titans, generally speaking, they're not going to have auto queue. It's almost a Titans exclusive feature. I think there's a couple of other RTS games out there that do have this feature. But basically, something that kind of separates the top level players from kind of the mid-level players is that when you look at their military buildings, there's only ever one or max two units being trained in each of them. That way there's... Plus, on top of that, the players are spending all their resources perfectly. But obviously here, ChronoJJ is just spending all of his resources in these barracks instead of having like 5, 10 barracks up, spending all of those at once. He's making his life very, very difficult here in this game by not using auto queue basically here. Anyways, we'll see how things are going to go. We now got Miracle starting to put some sentry towers down as the pressure is starting to mount onto ChronoJJ. We've got the destroyers coming through here on the front. Watchtowers coming in. Segment about to pop here for ChronoJJ as well. Miracle is still sitting full population here. He hasn't managed to get up onto this town center just yet. But what I wouldn't mind seeing here is like a palace get placed right in here, as we do see the Citadel Center gets dropped down in this position, going up from, what is this? Up from 12 damage a second to 15 damage a second. Plus now the Citadel shoots 3 arrows. So it's a huge defensive boost here on this location. And Miracle is going to have to kind of rethink about how he's going to manage to do this. But these towers going up here for Miracle, if he gets himself, say, guard towers here as well, would be a really great idea. The other thing you can do, which is much cheaper than using a citizen to build these, is to time shift your home towers forward. They cost a little bit less and they actually build, I think, a little bit faster than a villager that comes through, as we are now seeing the Scarab coming in, trying to deal with this one as the Satyr does get taken down. Contarius coming down to the bottom there as we see a random marker getting dropped up in this location. As a citizen going to be hanging on this gold mine over here, probably wanting to drop like a palace or something to maybe put pressure onto this back town center rather than the front town center. Wouldn't be the worst of ideas, but destroyers in, Contarius through, ChronoJJ 74 of 155 population here, struggling as he's trying to get to the Mythic Age at this point, as the tower is up here. The one tower is up. Apparently this one doesn't want to get built. Don't ask me why. But it looks like Chrono is trying to get to the next age, to the Mythic Age. Does he have a market up somewhere? There's an armory over there. I don't see a market. There's barracks coming down. Another barracks over there. Barracks there. So no market just yet for Chrono, as he's got nothing left in the tank. We see another palace coming up here for Miracle, as he is just going full send in this heroic age, attacking the villagers on this gold mine now as Chrono's getting pushed off it. He's still got 1,000 food, 1,200 gold. His medium spearman coming through for ChronoJJ as well, as the villagers getting taken down. The villagers going to be moving up onto this position to try and work this one out. Miracle here, basically all he needs to do is attack this town center over here. He doesn't need to kill the Citadel Center that is now shooting 6 arrows. Look at the damage over there as it completely murders that Contarius in next to no time flat. As the villagers getting taken out over here, as well as now we've got the Contarius still pressuring this gold mine. ChronoJJ does have himself the beautiful upgrade, Skin of the Rhino, to help him out, as we do see a watchtower coming down over there. Obviously, or maybe not so obviously, another option here for Miracle would be to time shift towers onto this location to put pressure over here. But generally speaking, it's better to kind of time shift a military building in and then put the tower behind the military building and slowly start surrounding those towers with more buildings. You can also make a box out of 4 buildings to time shift onto this location and then drop towers in the center of those. So now we see Miracle getting himself a 3rd town center here. Chaos does get dropped on this position. No myth units there for ChronoJJ at this moment, as he's still holding on to this Citadel Center, as Miracle is not realizing he's just simply put cannot take this one down. But he can take this one down, as the Destroyers starting to deal some damage here. But the villagers for Chrono shanking away as best as they possibly can. Meanwhile, the trade route has started for Miracle. He's getting himself some llama caravans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Destroyers here, as the Citadel Center, even with 6 medium destroyers, 7 more medium destroyers coming through, try and take this. It's not moving. 3,100 HP here for ChronoJJ's Citadel Center. At this point, he is getting so much value out of this Citadel. It's ridiculous. Miracle doesn't need to target this down, though, as we do see the Pharaoh jumping in and out, distracting, making sure he can continue to empower this one up. As villagers come through, trying to shank down this palace over here. And Miracle's got himself his own third town center at this point. 147 to 160 population. Now not able to sit at max pop. The Pharaoh still empowering this one. You have to target that down with the Arcus. There's no ifs and or buts about it. You have to target that down. So now we see Miracle going after the Pharaoh. ChronoJJ runs out of gold, and the Citadel Center will fall here. ChronoJJ loses that. I've never seen that before. Did you guys see that? Citadel Center's death animation as ChronoJJ taps out. Did you guys see that? Or was that just me? There's the shifting sands animation when the Citadel Center goes through. That's just me that saw it? I don't know. He didn't use shifting sands at the end there. No, he still got it. That's wild. I never knew that. Anyways. Apparently it always does that. Things you've played Age of Mythology for nearly 20 years and you still haven't seen everything. There you go. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider the follow on the Twitch. Miracle gets the first win. It is a best of 3, so there's a potential 2 more games to come in this series. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.